A number of families have loved ones in homes suffering with Alzheimer's disease and face a number of challenges. We do not know the depth of the challenges they face daily, but this story is of one family who is dealing with such a case.
I'm Vaciltia Carter, originally from Chauncey, but I live in Camden Park. I've been a team member for Mobilisation, Home Helpers, 6 years. December coming would make. It isn't always challenging, but it is always a learning experience. I did my training with Mobilisation 6 years ago because my mom was aging and I wanted to be equipped to take care of her in every format professionally. Okay. Yes, that's the word, because I guess everybody would want to take care of their elderly, but I wanted to make sure that what I was doing it correctly and not just, by off the back of my head. So that is why I went and did my training. I had clients who have already passed with dementia, and right now I have 2 clients who I deal with 2 days separately. I do Mr. Abdullah, Miss Woodley's husband, on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and there's another client that I have in Camden Park that I do on a Monday and a Friday within that same dementia aspect, So gaining even more experience, because every day, as I said, you learn something new, because your training might give you one thing, and then when you go into the field, it's a whole different ball game. So for me, it's a learning experience every day with them.
Okay. And Miss Woodley, what has your experience been like living with someone who has Alzheimer's?
Oh, well, as you know, I'm Iris Woodley Muhammad, the wife of Abdullah, and my experience, of dealing with someone with dementia. I met with people already who have dementia, but never dwelt with them, right? But the first time I'm going to deal with this one, after my husband get sick and he got a stroke, right? I start to encounter later down, I start to encounter some strange stuff with him that he never did before. Okay? And I was wondering, I was saying, Abdullah, I could manage you with your blindness, but remember, if you go out your mind, I can't manage that, okay? But by the days going by and going by, I notice him like if he doing things really totally out of order. He was so independent that things that he really cannot do, he does still fight to do it of his own. Even though I ask him for me to do it for him, he's so independent, he don't want to. It's getting worse and worse every day. But I still think by when his mind click, because sometimes you will not always out of your mind, it's something, does go and come, And when he really in his own senses, he don't want you to do those things for him. He wish he could do them all by himself. He started to go in this stuff sometime last year. Last year he started to lose his mind. Because he get blind first, and after the blindness, he got a stroke. Right? And after the stroke and he cannot do things, then is where the dementia comes on, because he started to take it on.
Okay. Is he completely blind?
Yes, completely. Yeah.
When did he lose his sight?
When did he lose his sight?
Yeah.
About 4 years ago. About 4 years ago, he lose it completely.
It's basically losing his sight, and the dementia is what he's been dealing with in terms of health issues.
Yes.
He's diabetic as well.
Diabetic also.
Yes.
Yeah.
How has that impacted you over the years, having to deal with one issue after the next? How are you able to just keep holding on?
Very hard, challenging. It's very hectic. Definitely. Sometimes, not telling you any lies, sometimes I want to cry Yes, and I asked his doctor at one time, please, if she can help me to get him going at home. But the doctor said no, it is not a good option for that. She says it wasn't the right option to put him in a home. So I decided, I will take my time and walk along with the helper. And I think the helper doing a lot. The helper doing very good. I really appreciate the helper. But I still ask them for more because it's only 2 days I have in. So I ask them if I can get 2 more days. Because it's really challenging for me because I do have some sleepiness in my back. And they're really challenging. Right now, when I sit down here, I wouldn't be able to get up properly. It will take me a long, long time before I could stand up straight.
Carter, how long have you been working with the family for? 6 months? Okay, and what has your experience been like working with them?
They became my family, to be honest. Yes, they really became my family. The first thing that made me really fall in love with Mrs. Abdullah, she's very patient with her husband. And when you're dealing with dementia, Alzheimer's, you need a lot of that. And when I came and I heard that she wanted him to go to a home, I knew that she got frustrated because all of it was just on her. You understand? But she is so patient with him that I don't think she would have really want to leave him in the home, even though she really was frustrated and was looking for alternatives to get help. I don't think she would have left him there because you could see the love, the way she would love him. That alone, it made me feel like family. When I come here, it's not work for me. I know I'm at work, but it doesn't feel like work, to be honest. Working. Which and while most times my clients, that is what eventually happens, but it didn't take a long time for that feeling to come with Miss Abdullah because of the way she deals with her husband, her sons, and grandson. Yeah, I'm not lying for nobody. For real.
How would you describe Alzheimer's to someone who don't really know much about it?
Alzheimer's dementia really is where you lose the function of the brain to think on your own or to do daily tasks. You kind of start to deteriorate, not being able to do those things, on your own, the way you would have been doing them in a younger time. That is how I would explain it.
Okay. Miss Carter pointed out some difficulties dealing with her husband. How do you handle these behaviors?
When it's time for him to bed, most times he will not be ready because he love his eye to her. That's what he called his wife. So people call me eye as well. So sometimes I would let him know your eye isn't here, but the helper eye is here. If that does not work, I would sit and I would wait until he's pleased, and then I will deal with him. That's what I do. Yeah, I don't work against the client. I try my best to work with the client because dementia is sometimes today you're really you're in your life, and then tomorrow you're really not. You understand? So I usually work with my clients. I don't work against them. So whenever he's ready, me do my work then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the most challenging part of your job?
It is. Okay. Yes. Getting them to be on your timing is the most challenging part. But once, I guess it comes with training too, and learning to be patient. Patience, it is key dealing with Alzheimer's dementia. If you are not, you are going to fight. Because they do get aggressive as well. So you have to know ways to calm them in that time and all of that. So patience is very much key when dealing with them.
Okay. What would you say is the most challenging part about dealing with your husband's Alzheimer's?
Well, the most challenging part, as you hear Carter said, he like to do things on his own time and his own, when he feel like, when his feelings, to himself that okay, I ready. But with prayer, I just pray a lot. I just pray a lot with prayer. I just get him to to understand. I will go to him. I will say, well, do I remember Carter had to go because her hour is running out. So I will get up. I say, come, it is time. She give you enough time. Come and get in the bathroom and let she, get things done that she can live at her right appropriate times. So he will hear by me. He will get up and he will go to the bathroom with her. We had a walker. She will let him hold on to it and walk to the bathroom, and she will get him inside and get stuff done.
Is there anything more you would like to say about how your faith or how prayer has helped you deal
Yeah,
with
yeah, prayers helped me a lot. Yeah, prayers helped me a lot because I always pray for him. I'll tell you, I pray for him on a night program. I prayed for him on a morning devotion. I prayed for him a midday prayer line, and usually my own morning prayer and my night prayer. So he always in my prayer. So I believe that is why God give me the strength and the wisdom to manage what I'm doing. They will chip in at times and help. If they have to help, once they're home and I call upon them, they always come to help.
You said they say that he's already done already.
Yeah, daddy done already. So, mommy, remember, yes, good to look after him, but remember you to have to take care of yourself. Because what I just do is like, I will prepare breakfast for him, and I left alone, I ain't ready yet. Right? Sometime I do his lunch, and some people that say the same time you prepare his own, prepare yours. But I don't know why. I always like to get him out the way. So I always prepare for him first. Yes.
Would you say that's the biggest impact that's having on you, that because you're taking care of your husband, you have less time for yourself?
Yes, of course. Sometimes I can't even go to the doctor because I'm telling you, 4 days back, I bent to pick up something and I just couldn't get up back. And everybody advised me I had to go to the doctor because you don't know what if anything in my back, sprain or anything. And up to now, I ain't get the chance to go. Today is the first Tuesday after that my helper is coming. So if I was to see the doctor, is a day like today when she here, I would have left and go to the doctor. But because of we have to do this interview this morning, I volunteered to stay and get the interview.
This question is for both of you about how Alzheimer's is being recognized in St. Vincent. Do you think there's room for improvement, or do you think it's already well supported in this country?
I think people need to be more informed. Persons need to take more time for themselves, and when they say themselves, the brain, because dementia is a buildup of plaque and all of that in the brain. So if we tend to take care of the brain, so within schools themselves too, I think they need to start, informing from there about it.
We need to take more care of ourselves, because the brain, we had to always remember that our brain, right, is what control everything, and we need to take care of ourselves. We need to sometimes you need to eat the right things, to help the brain. And sometimes when we have with loved ones and we notice with loved ones moving strange, instead of we seek out for advice of why this person acting strange or thing like that, sometimes we tend to like cast them out, as what Carter say, like like say, man, you sound like if you do things in your days and stuff like that. But that dementia can happen to anybody. Anybody. You know what I mean? It can happen to young people, middle age, and elderly. Dementia is not only for old people only when they start to lose their mind. Anybody can go into dementia.
She neglecting herself for the husband.
Yeah.
Because I would always say to her, Miss Abdullah, you need to eat when Mr. Abdullah eating. And if it even means taking his cup if he ain't drinking it, you know, she gonna take the cup and she gonna feed him. Become a man and me, Miss Abdullah inside, fast asleep over she coffee. This morning I came, she was fast asleep. You understand? So I just left them, you understand, until she catch herself, and then I went in and let her know I was out here.
It's very rough for me to take care of my husband and myself at the same time. It's really critical because I too have a condition where I have some sleepless in my back, where the nerves downward in my feet are damaged. You know, I don't walk properly, and if any little wind blow, it will throw me down because of the sleepless in my back, pressing on the spine. You know, it damaged the nerves. So it's really difficult to be tending to myself and him. But as I tell you, I think prayer's done a lot. Prayer is what keeping me real together. I have her only 2 days, and as so greedy, I ask for another 2 days.
Basically, I see her struggle. When I see her struggle, I help her a lot. Sometimes she don't eat lunch on time, so I pushed her and, you know, fix something to she eat. Sometimes she ain't drink tea, I make tea for her. Okay? Help her deal with grandfather and what's not. Yeah, so basically that's it.
So you live with just your grandparents?
No, please.
Okay. What do you say gave you the motivation or the discipline to help out when you need it instead of go around and do your own activities?
Very helpful to help your grandparents, you know, because they was there for you, even though, you know, in hard times and what's not. So, yeah.
And how would you describe your relationship between you and your grandparents?
Well, very strong. Nobody can break that. It's very strong. Yeah, because she's the one, you know, when I was in my mother's womb, she was there, ups and downs, struggle times, yeah, sacrifices and what's not. So, yeah.
Okay. And how has watching your grandfather's mental health deteriorate, how's that affected you personally?
Well, it shocked me a lot because that was not the grandfather that I would know. Okay, because very, you know, kind, respectful and what's not. So kind of shocked me to see come like this. Like, yeah.
With Alzheimer's, I will like that each and every family members who encounter that, you know, their loved ones, you know, are struggling with Alzheimer's, is, you know, not to push them, you know, not to push them, just walk along with them, because it had times when they will come around and they will say the best thing to you, you know, and times where they cannot really help themselves, you know. So I will just like to encourage people to love the you know, always love the loved ones, especially those who need their care. It is very important that we, you know, stick around our loved ones, look out for them, pray for them, you know, and treat them the right way, because it's have a time when we ourselves don't know if we will reach in that same position, and we will need the same care and the same help. I realize once you're losing your senses, anything can happen, you know? Anything can happen. Any weakness can come in there, and then you start to lose, you know, control of yourselves, you know, saying things that you're not supposed to say and doing things that you're not supposed to do. At this point, just because I cannot really manage everything on my own, but I already accept what is happening, because the only person can change that right now is the Almighty.
Okay.
So I have to accept, you know, you have to accept the thing that you cannot change.